All right, today's session is going to be a quick demo on and with CDC enabled using Lakeflow Declarative Pipelines, formerly known as an ETL pipeline. For those of you that don't know, implements the steps to read data from source systems and transform that data based on our data lake in Databricks. So today we're from the sales data set that we looked at in one of our Databricks Free Edition, and we're going to load them into a bronze table. So let's jump in here. We are going to create our pipeline. So we're going to create a new ETL CDC data source and generate those tables in our ETL pipeline. We're going to give our pipeline a name. Here we're going to say pipelines demo. We're going to choose our workspace and our schema. I'm going to choose bronze dev, and I'm going to choose our PySpark demo because that's where our volume is. So just so that it's in the same volume and file. And it's going to ask us where we want to put that in that home. So I'm going to put it into Gambleback actually. Let's do DLT test. You just do it in your root and it'll create a new repo. Okay. So some fake data. Be sure that you go back to our previous video where we're walking through the PySpark files from the PySpark demo and to create these files, these sales files that we're going to use today. Demo, I'm going to leave it as my transformation. Now there's a few things that you need here, implementations of ELT. So catalog is, what our schema is, what our volume name is, the path do the CDC on, and what our target table is. So 24 in there. And we're going to call this sales CDC bronze. You wouldn't just import 1 year at a time, right? It would just because I already have a CDC bronze table in here, I'm going to change it to 2024 just for the, we're going to create our create our streaming table. And you'll see that we're passing in our target table name here, a little bit of, and you'll see that under bronze dev, PySpark demo, and you'll see the 2024 with all of our sales data into our bronze table. So here we're going to add a decorator called append flow, and this is going to be the name of the node for the pipeline. So sales bronze ingest flow. Now we're going to spark.read stream. Our format's always going to be cloud files .format. This piece save file format, visual representation of how the data is going to flow. And really it's just going to have one node today because we just have the one. So you'll see here in a second, it'll finish loading. There are about 1 million records in this data set. And so 1 million records into our bronze table, the node. So if any of you have any questions, be sure, here we go. The data is currently streaming. You see that our streaming, the actual pipeline run once the cluster kicked on. So that is basically how DLT / Lakeflow declarative pipelines work, and how you could set one up yourself on your Databricks Free Edition account.